Everybody, it's Business Pants.
I love it when you're so excited.
What's the date today? It's Tuesday. You know what? I'm reeling from this. I was just told by my co-founder right before we started today that I needed to dress better to look like an expert, and I'm now realizing that I feel really insulted by that.
I'm just saying, dress for success. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but one of the points of this show, Matt, is to break through some of the myths in the financial industry and the business news industry, right? That we don't all have to look like Leon Cooperman all the time, right?
Why shouldn't
Okay.
we all look like whiny billionaires? I don't
Well,
understand.
the honest truth is I don't have any of that shit in my closet. You know, because when I worked at a Fortune 500 company, no one was asking me to fly around and hang out with Leon. So that's the sad part of my life. It's a sad truth. This is Business Pants. We are Free Float Media. I am Damian Rawlis, and that is Matt Mascardi.
Hey-o.
November 12th, a Tuesday, 2019. Anything to say, Matt, or do you want to just get into it?
Let's get into it. Tell me what we got.
On our agenda today, we're going to start off in the big gig, talking about some of our favorite strange bedfellows at WeWork and Uber. We're going to have a story on meatless meat. We haven't had one of those in a while. Yep. Meatless meat in Europe. We're going to go over a few biz nuggets. Everyone loves biz nuggets. The fastest growing food group in our show. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then we're gonna have a few tricks up our sleeves today. We're gonna do some fun stuff with Matt at the end. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm trying to get Matt a job. Although
Just one?
I gotta say there's a lot to do here, so I don't want him to be gone too much.
Wait, I like that our show has food groups.
Yeah.
We are the nutritional information for the investable universe.
Well, it is lunch, and I'm hungry as usual.
Every day.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Yeah. Okay, let's start with the big gig today.
5 minutes on the clock.
Where we're going to talk about strange bedfellows, or look who's sleeping with who, or the gig economy gets incesty. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with Uber, where its CEO Dara. I don't even know. Help me out here, Matt. Dara
Just say Dara.
Dara.
That's good enough.
I should know this, but I've been in this industry so long that I realize that I just read stuff. I don't even know what stuff sounds like.
It's just Dara.
He's on a bit of an apology tour after not only calling the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi by Saudi Arabia a mistake, but also comparing it to the mistakes Uber made in self-driving, which is, I don't know what's going on here. Here's the actual bizarre analogy he made. It's a serious mistake. This is a quote. It's a serious mistake. We've made mistakes too with self-driving, and we stopped driving, and we're recovering from that mistake. So I think that people make mistakes. It doesn't mean they can never be forgiven. I think they've taken it seriously. So Matt, that's CEO Dara talking about the murder of a journalist.
Oops, I killed a guy. Is what I mean. The whole thing is very, very bizarre because Saudi Arabia actively killed a journalist.
Yeah.
Uber makes self-driving cars that may have crashed accidentally. There is no comparison, but he's already walked it back. So yeah. I just think it was one of those bright lights moments. I don't think that's like outraged society needs to dial it back. I don't think it's like, it's not, it's not that big a deal.
It's a little deeper than that though, Matt. So here's the reality. Here's the reality. Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, known as the Public Investment Fund, holds about $2 billion worth of Uber stock, making it the company's fifth largest stakeholder. The fund's managing director, Yasir Al-Rumayyan, sits on Uber's board. Shocking, right? The thing is, though, is that this isn't even Dara's guy. This is disgraced Uber founder Travis Kalanick's guy. So Travis found this guy and the money years ago. And meanwhile, at the same time, Travis's new venture, a secretive new food startup called Cloud Kitchens, quietly raised $400 million from the very same fund, the very same man. Um, and this is a bit of big news because this is the Saudis' first known deal in Silicon Valley since the murder of said journalist. Yeah, so there you go, Matt. That's the connection.
I take it back. This is a big deal.
Okay. Well, look, I don't know. It just seems weird because people are getting killed, and there are cloud kitchens and Saudis. And I don't know.
There's a lot. It's almost like Star Wars, but with more death.
Yeah. But this is typical corporate board behavior is what we're trying to get at. So, okay, so the other big story in the gig economy is at WeWork. We love WeWork, where the rumors are that T-Mobile CEO John Legere is a candidate to become the new CEO at WeWork. So here's the incest angle, okay? T-Mobile is seeking to merge with Sprint, which SoftBank controls. So Mr. Legere might have a difficult time separating the negotiations with Sprint with his talks at WeWork. So, but whatever. And oh, by the way, one of SoftBank's first post Adam Newman fixes was to install its operating chief Marcello Clore as WeWork's executive chairman.
You and the names today.
This is the same man who used to be the CEO of Sprint and called Legere a con artist in 2016 when the pre-merger Sprint and T-Mobile were heavy rivals. And Matt, I'm officially exhausted.
Look, I don't think this is this one feels like the question is, what is WeWork? Because if WeWork is like a failed but used to be good company, maybe like Legere's right. But if WeWork is like, or maybe the ship has passed on it being a unicorn, but if it's a growth, Silicon Valley appy, innovative company, maybe Legere is not right. I don't know. Jeff Sonnenfeld, shout out to Jeff from Yale.
Yeah.
Was all in on Legere. So.
Okay. Well, you mean regarding him taking over WeWork?
Yeah, he's all in. He basically was like, I was out on WeWork. If Legere's in, I'm in on WeWork. That was his hot take. Yeah,
well, because T-Mobile, clearly geniuses, they copyrighted the use of the color magenta. So, I mean, what more could you ask? And by the way, do you? I don't know, for people watching at home, did you put up a picture of Adam Newman and Legere?
I did. They are. If you are not if you've not seen this, Google the two dudes.
DuckDuckGo it.
Because, yeah, because they are. It is like they unfroze Adam Newman 20 years from now from carbonite. And
so I think, yeah.
They are weirdly similar looking.
Matt is saying beware investors of long hair and weird sex orgies. That's what Matt's saying.
Wait, that sounds spurious.
Yeah, well, that's Adam Newman's reputation. I'm not making stuff up. Okay, let's move on. Okay, can I just say that for any of you people listening, could you at least give some feedback on whatever Apple or wherever you get your podcast? Can you hear Matt's sound effects? Do you hear the harp? Do you hear the?
Of course they do.
Clock. Okay, all right. I'm just asking.
Don't impugn our design department. They're working hard.
You don't have to be so confrontational as I drink my disgusting cold coffee. Let's go on to meatless meat. Our wonderful world of plant-based, maybe not better for you, but cooler in an okay boomer kind of way, despite being more expensive patties. Burger King on Monday rolled out its meat-free Rebel Whopper to over 2,500 stores in 25 European countries to strengthen its foothold in the exploding unmeat market.
Whoa.
The We Were Never Alive burgers are brought to you by Unilever and its not meat brand, the Vegetarian Butcher, which had yet to strike a deal with a major restaurant chain, but now Unilever is hitting it big. And really, I just want to say it again because it's fun. Rebel Whopper and the Vegetarian Butcher. So, Matt, Unilever, a good choice for proud vegans and vegetarians?
Can we just back up with the branding?
Yeah, sure. Take
The
anywhere you want to go.
the Rebel Burger?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what they announced?
Yeah, for some reason the agreement I guess is that they won't use Impossible Burger in Europe, only in the United States. I don't know why.
Well, forget that. I'm
Yeah.
interested in the concept of eating vegetables. Well, is this a vegetable? I don't know. The concept of eating not meat,
GMO modified. Yeah, go ahead.
not meat is rebel.
Uh, uh
Like, would
well, it is
James
okay.
Dean
Well, wait.
today eat nothing but Rebel Impossible, not quite burgers?
I will say this, Matt, as someone who has been to Burger King, it to eat not meat at Burger King would make you a rebel.
I mean, what's a French fry? Just get fries. Are you a
But
rebel?
aren't fries like bathed in like cow tongue and innards?
Well, I don't know where the hell you're eating fries. I certainly
Well,
hope it's not cow tongue fries where I'm going. Although
my
cow tongue
brother's
is delicious.
my brother's a vegan and he won't touch that shit. So I'm guessing that there's something weird going on.
All right, so Unilever is
Unilever.
is in
This
on
is
this.
yeah. Let's talk about Unilever. Anything to say?
I mean, wasn't this inevitable? Is this a huge growth market for Unilever given how much other crap they do?
Yeah. My here's why I chose this story and why I bring it up because it doesn't like associating itself with Unilever just take the fun out of plant-based burgers like the whole the whole rebel aspect of it doesn't it just kill it immediately?
So you're afraid of the plant-based industrial complex is what you're saying.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I mean, it does smack of like InBev buying like a local brewery and then saying it's a rebel brewery when
Yeah.
really yeah,
I mean, we had
okay,
like
but that's a
we had
brand
six,
problem. I'm just thinking like look, these
yeah.
companies the reality for if you're investing in any of these companies that are sort of legacy companies built off of brands that are largely not modern or sustainable in any sort of way. They sort of have to enter this market at some point, somewhere, somehow. Organic, plant based, good for you ish
Right.
markets. This is like a co-branded way of doing that pretty quickly, isn't it?
It is. It's just. I just feel like they didn't give us enough fun with this. I just feel like they're killing the
Oh,
party too early.
I
You
didn't
know,
know
I
the
don't know.
goal here was fun.
I mean, yeah, no, it is. I mean, they corporatized it within like 6 months. It's just the fun is over, people. Okay.
Uh, yeah, now it's over. You rang the
Let's
buzzer.
move on to Biz Nuggets. Everybody's favorite lunchtime snack, Biz Nuggets. The first nugget today, the final tally for Chinese retailer Alibaba's sales for its 24-hour Singles Day shopping blitz hit a record $38.4 billion, more than U.S. rival Amazon's haul for its entire last quarter. Take that, Uncle Jeff. You got China'd.
I like when you call him Uncle Jeff. That's mostly what I like.
Well, he's actually is my uncle, but
You would not
uh,
be wearing that shirt if he was your uncle.
Google yesterday announced a deal with Ascension, the country's second largest hospital system, to store and analyze the data of millions of patients. At the same time, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal, Google's Project Nightingale is collecting personal health data from Ascension facilities in 21 states without patient or doctor knowledge. Yowzers, Google. While Zuck writes eighth grade speeches on why he should be allowed to say poo poo without getting arrested, Google is continuing its slow creep into your medicine cabinet.
Would you call it a slow creep? I mean, I actually think Google getting into health
Hmm.
is a much bigger tipping point for the average consumer than Facebook lying to your face, because there's nothing more divisive or more sort of personal than whether or not you have a lump on your testicle, and Google will know that. And with all the other data they have, they will be able to, if not today, they will be able to put together whose lumpy testicles they're looking at. I just want you to think about that.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about the way you said divisive.
Do you like that? I've
Yeah.
been in a thesaurus all morning. I'm practicing.
Uh, in our whiny billionaire update, Mark Cuban is the latest billionaire to reprimand 2020 presidential candidate Senator Elizabeth Warren, suggesting in a series of tweets, it's always in tweets, that her proposed wealth tax diverts attention from reality, which is his way of saying that billionaires define reality, not do-gooder ladies. Y- Yeah, okay. That's enough. Lastly, our last nugget today, let the streaming wars begin, as Disney Plus has officially gone live. And this just in, Disney Plus appears to have been hit by some technical errors just a few hours into its official launch. So, way to go, Disney.
Disney
Way to s-
Plus, I hope you get held to the same scrutiny as Obamacare did when it went live
Hey,
and
right.
failed miserably.
Let's go. Let's jump out of Biz Nuggets. Trying to move the show along today, Matt. All right. So I have a strange little game for us today. Something a bit different.
I like games.
Maybe it's only going to amuse the two of us, but who cares? It's something I like to call Matt.
We're trying to build something here.
Oh no, yeah, I do care. I do care. It's a game I like to call Matt auditions for a corporate board. All right, so
I am.
cue
There's
the Matt.
a lot more on this.
Cue the Matt auditions for a corporate board music, Matt. Do you have that? No. Okay. All right. So here's how it goes. All right. Ready? So Bank of America's global strategist and head of thematic research released a list of the top 10 themes to watch over the next 10 years. Okay.
Okay.
You got it so far?
I'm
You
with
got
you.
it?
I'm bored.
So
you.
I'm gonna go over the list with you one by one.
Okay.
This is part of your audition because yesterday's show you talked about you want to be a board member.
I do.
This is your official audition to become said board member.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go over the list one by one, and I want a quick and pithy response to each theme. All right.
I'm not prepared.
I know you're not. This is what makes it an audition, right? It's an official audition.
Okay.
So
okay.
And this is official, by the way. There could be a job offer out of this. So, all right, I'm going to start the clock. These are the top 10 themes, investing themes for the next 10 years. Are you ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
And I don't know what order this is, but I'm just going.
Random order.
Here we go.
Got it.
Here we go. Number 1. Peak globalization.
I'm bored by that.
Okay, that's it? That's what you got?
I mean, get local. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the party. That's been happening for a while. Everyone's populist and nationalist today. So
Okay.
I guess.
I like it. All right, it's good. It's good. It's better than I'm bored. Get over it. Come on, you got to bring something. I know you're bored, but let's deliver the news here. This is the business pants. Number 2, recession.
Is that, you think they're correlated? Peak globalization and recession?
You tell me.
I think yes.
Okay. All right. Number 3 on the top 10 themes to watch over the next 10 years, mind you. That's a big period of time. Number 3, quantitative failure. The hell is that?
Ooh. Oh, if it is what I think it is, which is the algorithmic investing.
Okay.
Which I think there's these rumblings about how all the indexes and everybody passive investing and everything being done by algorithm is going to blow up at some point and leave everyone wishing that someone was setting a price for a company instead of having an algorithm do it.
Okay.
I'm all in on
All
that.
right.
I'm on that train.
Number 4, demographics.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Is that a code, like a business pantsy code word for diversity? What is that?
I'm going to get into some diversity in a second, which suggests that over the next 10 years, maybe not.
Is this like an uncomfortable way that white men talk about people of color? Demographics? I don't know what that is. All right, number 5, and I know, Matt, you love this one, climate change.
Yeah. Why is that number 5?
Duh. I said not to worry about the order.
Because
Quick and pithy.
I would argue that the only one, there's one thing in the next 10 years, and it's climate change, because everyone is totally fucked.
Okay, I like that. Now that is quick and pithy. Number 6, robots and automation.
Yeah, climate change.
Huh?
I'm just going to say climate change for the next 4 now.
No, I'm not going to let you cop out. Come on.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah, well, automation is great for the gig economy until they automate that away.
That's true. Number 7, and this is a term I've never heard before, splinternet.
I mean, obviously that has to do with like YouTube videos of people removing splinters and finding it oddly satisfying.
Yeah, but come on, Bank of America. I don't think that is meaningful.
You think that's
number
a big
8
theme for the next 10?
Number 8, moral capitalism. Ooh, I like it.
Is that like code for ESG? Because stop it.
Yeah,
Just
maybe.
Stop it with the moral thing.
Or
it's
code
not
for Elizabeth
all
Warren.
moral.
Number 9, smart everything.
My counter to that actually is China.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you make all your devices smart, China steals all that, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And finally, on our top 10 themes for the next 10 years as part of Matt auditions for a corporate board, number 10, space.
For billionaires.
Exactly. I mean, what have they done to us here on Earth that they need to escape so fast? What's going on?
Elizabeth Warren. They are literally flying to Mars to escape Elizabeth Warren.
You are sadly correct, Matt. All right. Good job.
Did I get the position?
Yeah, you're now the co-founder of Free Float Media,
of a small failing media company. Congratulations.
No, small rising media company.
Oh, sorry,
right.
Framing.
So the reason I did that is for this. We have a very special episode of Matt Makes today. So take it away, Matt. What is Matt making?
Matt makes corrections.
Okay. This sounds boring already. All right, good. Let's
literally just spit out your tea.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
This is this is a follow up from yesterday. If you did not listen to yesterday's Business Pants, you can just listen to this one and get everything. Yesterday,
or you can binge listen.
I made a plea to be on a board, as Damien just so eloquently auditioned me for. This is Put Matt on a Board Part 2. I'm really serious. I want to be a part of a board, okay? But I made some tactical errors in how I narrowed down the boards. I shit you not. I woke up at 2 a.m. with a pen and a paper. I was scribbling down ideas because I realized I made some wrong cuts. You got to be smart about how you target these boards. And there's a lot of data I sort of left on the table. So I'm going to move really as quickly as I can through how I cut the bullshit out of U.S. companies to find the board that's perfect for Matt.
All right, I like it. Okay.
All right.
Very egotistical. Good. Go.
I want to be on a board, but number 1, I have to get on the board. Like I have to actually get on it.
That helps, yeah.
Number 2, I have to get paid because I'm a capitalist.
3 kids.
Give me money now. Number 3, I have to stay on the board. Right?
Yeah, you're lazy. I get it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, what's the point of getting on a board if I get kicked out immediately?
True.
Number 4, I really don't want to work.
No. You got no.
I'm a
You
busy
got
man.
shows to
I got
produce.
other things to do. I don't want to work that hard.
Yep.
Okay. So my universe that I started with is 2,400 US publicly traded companies.
Okay.
Very simple, gigantic universe. But I figure there's got to be a board in there somewhere for me. This is where I started yesterday. And now I'm going to make some really tactical, smart cuts to figure out what the board is. The first cut I'm going to make is no controlled companies and mostly independent boards.
Okay, you want to explain that? Controlled companies, so
controlled
single
companies.
shareholder
So
that
I
owns.
realized yesterday
Yeah.
I was looking at all these companies with dominant shareholders and all this kind of stuff, but I realized a controlled company has like one shareholder, like Mark Zuckerberg, who basically runs the whole thing.
A dictator, yeah.
A dictator. And I do not want to kiss one dude's ass.
No,
I don't.
it's not pleasant.
And the boards have to be mostly independent, quote unquote, because if they're just full of management people, like say, Zuckerberg just put Facebook employees on his board, that would be problematic because then I'd have to go work at the company for years before I could get on the board. I don't want to work. That was number 4 on my list of things.
Yeah,
right?
I got you.
So my first cut, surprisingly, actually cuts the universe almost in half, from 2,400 companies to 1,100 companies.
Okay.
I don't know if that's happy or sad, but it was a quick way to get down by half.
Okay.
I'm going to make another cut here. This gets more complicated. I don't know if you can tell by listening to my voice and or seeing my face.
Yeah.
I am a white 40-something privilegey kind of guy. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, good for you.
What are the chances that I'm going to get on a board where they care about diversity? I mean, pretty low, honestly.
Well, there are boards that care about diversity? This is news to me. Yeah, okay.
So the second thing I did was I tried to find boards with less women on them and more white people on them.
Okay, it sounds like you're describing boards.
Well, it turns out I am. So when I cut out, so what I did was I used U.S. population data with first names and the probability that those people are white based on the U.S. population. And then what we know about the gender of makeup of boards, because that data actually exists. If you could see a chart of this, basically, like on average, 90% of boards are probably white, and about 20%, 22-ish% of boards in the U.S. are going to be women. So it's actually not a great cut for me. Like, this was way too easy.
Yeah.
So I had to make it a little bit more stringent, and I said, all right, 25% or less women, and 80% or more probably white. And I ended up getting from 1,100 companies to 97 companies.
Oh, wow.
Now we're getting workable. And it's mostly because I just said 25% or more women. That just cut out a whole or less women. That just cut out a whole bunch.
These are 97 of the whitest, broiest boards going, right?
This is what I'm going for. This is what I'm going for.
All right. Keep
now
going.
I want to get paid. Number 3, cut. Get me paid. So I need high average non-executive awards and high average non-executive take home, basically realized pay. So basically what I'm saying is I have to exclude everybody who's on management, who's on the board, because they're not going to pay me like those people. They're just going to pay me like the independent board members. And then they're going to pay you, they award you something, and then you actually get some money. Those two things are often different. So really, really quickly, all I wanted to do here was understand, okay, which companies will both award me something and I'll get paid that something, and it'll be a lot, okay?
Yeah.
The first cut of this is like 2 companies basically stand out. A company called Skyworks and DuPont. And they stand out because they pay, on average, their non-executive board members a lot. But we'll get to a part where we get rid of them. So let's get rid of them quickly.
All right.
This is the cush life I need to lead.
Yeah.
I need at least $125,000 a year I'm awarded.
Yeah.
And I need actually to make $200,000 a year. I need that to sort of like buy options and stock.
Sure.
I have a lot of mouths to feed and
Yeah.
boats to take care of. Okay.
Yeah. Only suckers like me just make cash at work, right? I mean, I think that's what you're saying.
Yes. I
Yeah.
have boats I have to think about here.
Yeah.
When you do this and you ignore DuPont and Skyworks, there's still a lot of companies here. There's a lot of companies that fit this criteria. Now, remember, these are well-paid, probably white, not so many women, mostly bro-y board members.
Okay.
But when I look at that, I can cut it down to 40 companies from
All right,
97
we're getting there.
to 40. We're getting there. We're
Yeah.
getting there.
We're over time, but we're getting there.
The next cut is actually staying on the board. Now I got these 40 companies, and if I get on one of those boards, I need to stay on, which means what I want is companies without many controversies, so no one pays attention to them, basically. They don't do a lot wrong. And I want them to have classified boards or long tenured members. Now, what that means is it's just really hard to change the board members once they're on.
Well, classified boards means that there are not annual elections. So you'll be voted on by shareholders once every 3 years, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm
So
just going to, once I'm on, I'm on.
Yeah.
And I'm on there for probably a little while. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
This actually starts to get meaningful. Like I do this cut and we start to see Skyworks is still on there. So I'm looking at you, Skyworks. You can, I'm going to make some coin there and I could stay on. Now I'm down to 22 companies from my 40.
All right.
But I want to do one more cut.
Sure.
Last one. Because I don't want to work.
No.
How am I not going to work? I want to go somewhere where absenteeism is totally cool. I don't.
Okay.
Or the company is so oversized they won't notice me, or there are so many board members they won't. The board members are so like on other boards that they won't notice when I'm there or not because they're so diverted. Like their attention's diverted.
Back of the bus,
right?
Yeah.
So I can be the dude who sits at the back of the bus or doesn't show up at all. Either one of those is cool with me.
All right.
When I do this, my cut is down to 16 companies.
Wow, I can't believe there are actually 16 companies like this. But that's
a
another story.
monstrous amount of cutting to whittle it down to these 16. Now, can you guess the types of companies that I'm going to be looking at here?
Well, I honestly, from what you've told me, it'll be very white, macho, lazy kind of guy. Guy's guy, right? Right?
So no one ever described me that way, first of all. But I'm going to go for that because
that's what you're explaining.
The number one company is actually the number 1, 2, 3-ish companies are utility gas companies, including Eaton Corporation, Exelon, Hess. But mixed in here, now this is a to be continued for tomorrow because the next thing I need to do is dig into each of these companies and figure out which ones I actually want to target specifically. Because mixed in here is everybody's favorite tractor company, Deere, is Black & Decker.
That's what I was describing.
I use Black & Decker.
Yep.
It's waste management. I'm Italian. I fit a stereotype.
Yep.
So next up, tomorrow, to be continued. Get me a board seat. That's all I'm saying. Get me a board seat.
Woo! Thank you, Matt. Thank you for that. That was good. That was a good start of something.
That's all I want. I want a board seat.
Okay. So tune in tomorrow. We will continue Matt's plight. Right? To become a rich, lazy white man. I mean,
the cards are stacked against us.
All right. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. But more than that, please tell your friends. This shit is for real, people. This is what's happening. This is the news. This is Business Pants.
Thanks,
See you tomorrow,
Damien.
Matt.
See you tomorrow.